Super fast tortoise in the show, drinking coffee, wishing you all well, because life is swell. Super fast tortoise. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get up, it's sexless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow.
Break it down, break it down, everybody. We got a good show for you today. Welcome to the morning show. Welcome to In the Shell. Welcome to that morning coffee, tea, soda, whatever you have in the morning. Hope your libation is good for you. We got a full house. We got Hillbilly, we got Rayman, and we got Lone Wolf. What's up?
Good morning.
Good morning. And man, today we got a different style show for you. We hope it's good. Hope you enjoy it. If it goes good, maybe we'll do this every Monday where we just pick a commander, talk about the commander cards that we want in this deck and whatnot. I'm trying something for you. Plus, it's Christmas week. We only got a few days left, so why don't you make every day spicy as possible? Spicy like a jalapeno pepper.
Ghost pepper spicy.
Ghost pepper. That's right. You know, I'd never tried a ghost pepper that I recognize. I have to try one. I like my sauces hot. I like hot sauces for sure.
With ghost peppers, when you get you some ghost pepper, only use a drop of it.
It's very strong, but it's very good. Good flavor.
Yeah, use
Nice.
one drop of it, maybe two at the most. You don't want to use more than that because that sucker, ghost peppers, very hot.
No doubt.
There are a couple 100,000 Scovilles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, sounds like tongue burning issues.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, everybody, how was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend, everybody? My weekend was swell. We finished up some Christmas shopping, got the stocking stuffers and everything, and we got all the food for Christmas this weekend.
My weekend was pretty good.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Mine was solid. Played a lot of Commander. Did the same thing you did. A little bit of Christmas shopping, trying to get stuff finished up before this week.
Nice.
All I did was play some arena and relaxed.
You can relax.
That's a great
while playing
weekend right
arena.
there.
You can relax while playing arena. I thought I had you on your toes, burning your fingers.
Well, I did over the weekend. I did receive a call. I had this call stunk. It felt like somebody had some gas when they made this phone call.
Oh yeah. When I was in the store, I actually butt dialed Hillbilly.
I didn't know people could still butt dial other people. I thought that went out 20 years ago.
Yeah, apparently, what happened was I was walking the store. And this phone was in my shorts pocket. I was wearing my jean shorts, and my phone wasn't off when I stuck it in there. Like the screen wasn't black.
Yeah.
So through the pockets, the skin touch will still affect your phone. And somehow I accidentally called Hillbilly, and I heard something, and I picked up my phone, and I saw I was on the phone with Hillbilly, so I just hit the hang up button, and he texted me. It's like, everything all right? I'm like, I accidentally butt dialed you. My ass missed you. Yeah, it was funny.
Maybe something was smelling sneaky there.
That was hilarious. Yeah, it's been a long time since I actually called someone, but it happened. It happened. But hey, we were in the food section too because I was going for Kool-Aid mix. I remember that very well. Very well. Do you guys have anything interesting happen in the world of Magic?
No, not really.
Got to test out a new deck. It went pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how it did. So that's always nice when you put your first iteration of a paper deck in play and it works. That's a good feeling.
That's a good feeling. Want to say hello, Ek family. Yes, we can hear you in the chat. Whoa, whoa. We got Mrs. Hillbilly. Good morning. And Tyrannosaurus Rex. Roar. I would like
Good morning, everybody.
if I had the space for one of those little button pusher things like that Hillbilly has, I definitely have a T-Rex war lined up for that. Because I love dinosaurs. I mean, if you can't tell by my attire today, you know.
I don't have a dinosaur sound effect yet. Working on getting one, but I ain't got one yet.
Like, love it. Love it. That's right. Well, if like I can make a dinosaur sound effect. I mean, I can literally rip the one from the movie, mask it over so it's not copyrighted, and just add to it. Yeah.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
What's up, Tibalt?
Tibalts Apprentice, good morning. Hope your errands are doing well today. If he's on the errands, or he'd be on the show.
Oh.
My friends, it is time of the day where we get to that special segment of the day where you see wings fly on the screen. What time of day is that? It's this time of day.
Card of the day.
Combo breaker.
Oh, I love this card so much.
TCGdude shared this on Discord. You know, I might as well just rebrand this whole section for TCGdude because he is killing it.
Yeah, he is.
Cards of the day. I love it. It's awesome. And he picked a really good card today, Sleight of Hand. I've never seen this particular art version. I think it's from the dark. I could be wrong. But it's simple. It costs 1 blue. You look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one in your hand and the other one at the bottom of your library. Pretty solid.
I think it's from Portal Second Age.
Well, this card has definitely seen a lot of reprints because I have a couple of them from different sets.
Yeah. I have a bunch of the 7th edition ones because that's when I was playing it. I used to play it in a old deck called Miracle Grow.
Miracle Grow. Do you believe in miracles? Sexy thing. Well, that's right. That's pretty cool. Tibalt's like, I love the card. Whoop, whoop. It's like, I wish you could join.
This is a fun
But
card.
if he's adjusting the cards. When we get there. What is that? Pig away. Generative AI thumbnails are trashy, man. Oh, well, you don't have to be here.
Yep.
That's the solid truth. But anyway, so yeah, Sleight of Hand is pretty awesome. I like it. I love it. And I think Sleight of Hand deserves to be in the spot of the card of the day because it's always been good. It's been
It
amazing.
has been. It's a fantastic card.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they printed Brainstorm, and they're like, that card's way too powerful. We need to kind of print something along those lines, but scale the power level back a little bit. We got a bunch of cool cards like Sleight of Hand, and then eventually we got Ponder, Preordain, a bunch of other things that was definitely more powerful, but still not as powerful as the Brainstorm.
Right. Brainstorm used to be the most powerful card in Magic, people would say. And the reason why the power scaled so well is because fetch lands exist. And that's why I made it so good. All right. Now, let's move on to the picture of the day, which is, I don't know if it'll offend any of you. It's generally AI. Like, my sense of caring of your ideas of AI is right here. Me destroying the project I've been working on because I don't like that one thing about my bipolar won't let it go. Yeah. You can have fun with AI.
Johnny with a different kind of bow today.
Really?
It's not a bow staff, it's a bow and arrow.
Even though I did type in bow staff, it gave me this.
Oh.
I put like a high tech bow staff, and it gave me a bow with like a high tech bow and arrow.
Wow.
It says, but yeah, so me destroying the project I've been working on. There's been many times I've been working on a project, and for some reason I didn't like that one particular thing about it. That one little thing. I'm like, scrap, start all over. Scrap, I'm done with this. And that's how my bipolar brain works.
I've done it with dozens of decks in the last 3 years.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you're working on a deck and something's just not working out the way your brain wants to put it together. Yeah. That's a good picture. Good picture. All right. But with that, my friends, we got to get to the next segment of the day. And that's the question of the day brought to you by yours truly. And I think it's a doozy one because it's going to make you think a little because it's kind of holiday festive. Let's see what it is. Super Fast Tortoise here with the question of the day. The question of the day is, it's cold outside, it's frigid, and you and your friends want to warm up with a nice game of Magic the Gathering. And you're going to play some Commander. What Commander are you bringing to this very cool day to heat things up? Let's go.
I would have to say my Mothman.
Mothman, heating up. Those radiation counters do produce some warmth there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would bring Vivi. He makes a lot of heat without all that mana he makes.
What would you bring in, Lone Wolf?
Well, it's actually a new deck I'm working on, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah?
Brutaclad.
Brutaclad. Ooh, Brutaclad's a fun deck. Making all his tokens.
I got some weird, fun ideas for that, and I think that would be a good commander to bring to the table.
Ooh. Ooh. You know, what I would do to bring some heat to the game, some warmth, is I'll bring in my bracket 3 dinosaur deck with Joda, Archmage Eternal. Warm things up because, you know, temperatures were a lot different back in the Stone Age where the things were a bit warmer. So good. That's my Jurassic Park deck. Mizzix and his Magnus. Nice. Nice.
Mizzix is good. I like Mizzix.
Gotta be awesome. Awesome.
Cool.
So, anyways, my friends, today the topic is KOTIS, the Fangkeepers, card searching and stuff like that. We're going to talk about KOTIS. Like earlier, we were talking about KOTIS, and like it's hard to build a bad KOTIS deck. I mean,
It's very hard.
I can imagine how easy it can be to build a bad KOTIS deck. Just put in a lot of cards that don't support the commander at all.
Yeah. You're just playing Sultai good stuff, and you don't cast your commander. That's how you
Right.
make a bad KOTIS deck. You play Sultai good stuff, and you don't cast your commander.
That's right. Right. But we want to look up cards that are really good for the deck. And you know what? I think a lot of the cards in KOTIS, like, don't forget, don't get me wrong, there are certain cards you might want to pick up, like that, those counter spells and stuff that are free and whatnot. Some cards that are powerful in that range that are worth some money. But I think KOTIS in general is a very budget commander. And I think you can build on a good budget. Like I got 1, 2, 3, and 4 piles of cards here that are pretty much a couple dollars or 50 cents a piece or less that are good for the deck. Good for the deck. And these cards are my Rafika the Mini deck. And Rafika the Mini is the Baton version of KOTIS, but Rafika the Mini doesn't steal, but he likes the Voltron just like KOTIS wants to. I mean, if anything ever screamed Voltron in my life, it is KOTIS.
Yeah, and if you want to build, like, if you want to take one thing from this video and that's it, if you want to build KOTIS cheap, go to Scryfall, type in the word mutate, and find every single card that fits in his color scheme. They're all dirt cheap. None of them are very good, honestly, but in KOTIS, they're all fantastic.
Right.
And then you just run ramp. You run all the cheap ramp that you can run, and then run all of the 25, 50-cent cards that says target creature you control gains hexproof end of turn. And you will watch people just cry. It is so good. You can build it for the entire deck, even with a really, really bad mana base for 70, 80 bucks. And you will have a commander that your pod will ask you to not play. I know. I did it, and I built it with nothing. That deck was a ham sandwich and a Coke, and it was one of the most gross things I ever built. It's the only deck I've ever had that people literally said, Ray, we do not want you to play this. And I took it apart after half a week. It was so dumb.
KOTIS the Fangkeeper, if you don't know, costs a generic, a black, green, and blue. He's a 2/1 indestructible derp. He's a legendary creature, zombie warrior, which in most cases having a zombie would count. And maybe you can put some zombie lords in this deck if you want, just to beef them up. Because that's important to know. Whenever KOTIS deals combat damage to a player, you exile the top X cards of that player's library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number of spells with mana value X, which is the damage dealt, or less, from among them without paying their mana costs. This card is nuts. This card's insane.
He's so good.
Oh yeah, so good, so good. So,
And if you give him double strike, he triggers twice.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. Like Tibalt would just say in octopus form.
octopus form. Yeah, let's hold on. I need to close that out.
Actual great protection spell.
Yeah, I spelled that right. There you go. Octopus form. Cost 1 generic.
Exactly.
Target creature you control gets +1/+1 against hexproof until turn and tap it. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, it's a dime, right? This is a 10-cent card that somebody goes, oh, I'm going to Path to Exile your commander because it has indestructible. So there's very specific ways you have to kill it. And you're just like, no, I'm going to make it hexproof to end of turn.
Another good
Like,
card.
there are a lot more ways to not kill this thing than there are to kill it because of that one keyword, indestructible.
Another good card for him would be Bilbo's Ring.
Bilbo's Ring. Hold on.
Not sure what that one does either.
Bilbo's Ring costs 3 mana. In this
Mhm.
kind of deck, I would try to push for less, but that's colorless, so that's good. As long as your turn, equipped creature has hexproof and can't be blocked, which is pretty powerful. Whenever equipped creature attacks alone, you may draw a card and lose 1 life. All right, with KOTIS, the equip ability might be worth it. Equip for 4.
Yeah, it's.
Return.
I think it's really good to draw late game. This is not something you want to see early game, because you don't want to have to put KOTIS out and let it go around another table rotation before you can equip him to it.
Right.
But I think like to the medium late game, this card is phenomenal.
Right. Oh yeah, medium late game. This card is pretty great because that equip 4 is pretty heavy, man. Like you're waiting turn 3 to play this, and you're waiting for turn 4 to cast it in early game. Late game, this card is nuts. Like your turn 6,
So good.
turn 7,
Yeah.
so great. I mean, having a creature that can't block. Because the one thing that happens with this card that's missing is it doesn't beef up your creature. That's what you want. But making it unblockable is pretty powerful. Whenever equipped creature attacks alone, you draw a card and lose 1 life is pretty solid. There's some good stuff going on with this card. This is not a card you want to see early game. But another missing what?
I think I'd probably run Brotherhood Regalia over this if I had access to it. If you're buying the deck, I would run Brotherhood Regalia. It's about half the cost. But no, I like this card. I really like Brotherhood Regalia.
Legendary creature
So-
1. That's pretty solid. Equipped creature has Ward 2. It's an assassin addition to the other types. Can't be blocked. Pretty solid card, my friend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This I'd play over Bilbo's Ring, like just in general. But Bilbo's Ring is still good. You can put it in the deck. But this is
For sure.
This is more like this is more of an upgrade.
Right.
Yeah. But another
Yep.
card I think is really good that's late game is Octopus Umbra. What Octopus Umbra does, it costs you generic 2 blue. Enchant creature has totem armor, which doesn't really matter on KOTIS. Enchant creature has base power, toughness 8/8, and whenever this creature attacks, you may tap target creature with power 8 or less.
Total model.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. The total armor part doesn't really matter all that much, like you said, because KOTIS is already there with the indestructible. But something that can make your creature an 8/8. I think this is good. I would also recommend Wrecking Ball Arm, which would do something very similar. It's from the Final Fantasy set. I like that card quite a bit. I did not have it in mind because KOTIS fell apart long before Final Fantasy, but I would 100% put this card in there.
Equipped creature has base power, toughness 7/7, can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Pretty solid. Well, Wrecking Ball Arm is pretty good. The equip legendary is pretty decent. 3 mana, which is a little bit rough, but yes.
But that's what you're going to like. 3's probably okay on KOTIS. Giving it 7/7 and make it to where your opponent can't chump block your commander with tokens is the main reason there, because a lot of people will have tiny blockers out,
right?
But this forces them to block with something they want, because odds are they're little creatures, they don't really care if they die. But now it's like, oh, I got to block this with something real, or I'm gonna give them a bunch of cards.
Right. Well, the one thing I like about Octopus Umbra and Wrecking Ball Arm is they both do what I think you want to do, is it makes blocking harder.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things you want to do with KOTIS. And let me show you a cheap card that's really good with KOTIS. That's like less than 10 cents. No one will run it in their commander deck unless it's very specific. There's two versions of this card, like two different cards with different names that do the same exact thing. The one with the wind.
Oh yeah.
Like the original version of the original printing of this card, or this type of card, is called Spectral Flight from Innistrad. But they do the same thing. It's just a generic and a blue. That's both of them. And that gives a creature +2/+2 fly. So 2 mana, like say you play KOTIS and on turn 4, the next turn you untap with everything and you play Spectral Flight and one with the wind. If you have them both in your hand, that's +4/+4 and fly. Or maybe you play Spectral Flight and another or an equipment. That's pretty solid. And getting that damage through to steal your opponent's stuff is good, because KOTIS is a salty commander, and he's begging to add flavor to you.
There's not a 0% chance. There's probably a better than 50% chance that if you were to hit somebody on turn 5 with a 6 KOTIS, that you've won the game. Like you may not win the game on that turn, but unless the stuff you flip from them is just so terrible,
right?
Because 6 is very few decks run a bunch of spells that cost 7 or more. I'm sure your dinosaurs and dragons do, but most decks, so whatever they flip, they're almost certainly going to hit. And as long as it's not a bunch of lands, the game is probably effectively over at that point, because they're going to be so far ahead on cards.
Tibalts said Sleeper's Robe is a good card. Costs a blue and a black. Says a giant creature can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or black creatures, which is fine.
Oh, it gives it fear.
Oh, yeah, fear. Whenever a giant creature deals combat damage to the opponent, you may draw a card.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad. I like the card, but there's 2 things going against it for me. One, it costs a blue and a black when the deck that's trying to go fast, which is possible to play, don't get me wrong. And 2, it doesn't give a creature a buff. Like the evasion's weak, fear is weak.
Well, see, I think if you're trying to make this deck like honestly playable at like bracket 3, this is the kind of stuff you need. Right. Stuff that just makes KOTIS unblockable, but doesn't make him super big.
Right. But look, in limited, this card is banger. In Commander, this card is pretty good because the creatures that can block it are artifacts and black creatures, right? 2 types.
Yeah, it gives it fear.
So it's really good. It's really good. It's evasion. I wish I had removal, but for the colors the way it is, I wish I had pump. But I'd still run this card. Like if you don't have a copy of this card, which I don't, outside of my cube, this card is really solid. But
there is a creature that I really like that I think would be funny in this deck.
What's that?
I want to get the spelling right. Go on. I'll tell you.
All right. I'm going to look up another card really quick I think is underrated overall. Canopy Cover. Canopy Cover is great in KOTIS. It's great in Voltron. It costs a generic ingredients and enchantment aura, and it's an enchanted creature can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach. So it's a backwards way of saying this creature has flying. Enchanted creature can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponent can do. It gives a hexproof. So basically, if they ever reprinted this card, which they probably have, they could basically say enchanted creature has flying and hexproof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot less words.
Yeah. But that's pretty good. Can be covered as nuts. It's pretty solid. Yeah, it doesn't give a buff like it would, but giving them that extra form of protection will basically say, hey, unless you remove this aura, even board wipes will not get rid of this creature. No, well, Indestructible is pretty good on KOTIS, but now they can't target it with a pacifism, which pacifism is really great against KOTIS. They can't play the black O-ring card that costs generic and 2 black and that phases a creature out. I can't think of the name. They can't cast O-ring. Yeah, pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, have a good one, Tibalt. He says Demonic Embrace. Demonic Embrace. Maybe I spelled that wrong. Oh, it's a C. All right, hold on. Demonic Embrace costs a generic and 2 black. The enchant creature gets +3/+1, has flying, and is a demon in addition to its other types. You may cast Demonic Embrace from a graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card in addition to the other costs. This card's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, that card's good.
This card is nuts. It's from M21. I won't lie to you. I don't remember a lot of cards from M21. So for 30 cents, this is a good card for KOTIS. Like,
I agree.
+3/+1 is pretty powerful. Plus flying. Who cares? He becomes a demon, and you are able to cast this at a later turn. So if your commander is somehow being able to be dealt with, like they exile it with Path to Exile or something, you can.
Or they blow the enchantment up because that'll be easier to do than killing the creature in a lot of times.
Oh yeah, very true. Very true. Did you find that creature he's looking for?
Yeah, I posted it in our chat.
Oh. All right, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. All right.
I couldn't spell it, but I can pronounce it.
Right.
It is Sun Xuan, Lord of Wu.
Oh, it's showing us San Juan.
Yeah, it is, but that's how it's spelled. But it's Xuan, Sun Xuan.
All right. Well, it has horsemanship. That's what matters. 4 generic, 2 blue, 4/4 creatures control of horsemanship. Man, I want to copy this card.
It gives KOTIS horsemanship, which is far more important because the odds that your opponent has anything in their deck that's going to be able to block this is absolutely none. Like, unless they're running that card as well, they're not going to have a horsemanship creature to block your creature. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Right. It's just not going to happen. But it's pretty good. Horsemanship is really good. This is a banger of a card. This is a good late game card to make all your creatures unblockable, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
And look, looking at the price range, he's only like $6. And I mean, there are versions that are like $12, but getting this card for $6 is not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And you can do some really funny stuff with KOTIS too. Like if you don't want to buff him, which I think, again, if you're trying to play this thing at bracket 3, you don't want to buff him. So you want to go a different route, using the clones that keep their own name. Spark Double, any of the Sakshima's way out of our price range in this discussion, but Spark Double's pretty cheap. The morph creature that flips over and keeps its name is under $1. Any of those that could flip and copy KOTIS and make it to where you can have multiple KOTISes.
Sakashima. All right.
It's SAKA. It's about as far as I can get. I can probably look it up.
There we go. Sakashima 1,000 Faces. $12.
Fantastic card. Also very expensive.
$12 can be a partner.
Well, I mean, not super expensive, but
yeah. Sakashima. My favorite version is Sakashima the Imposter.
Yep.
There's a $10 version, a little cheaper. 2 blue. But the benefit she has is if you have 4 mana open, you can return to your hand if needed.
Yeah.
But
any of the clones that keep their name, so it doesn't legend rule your actual KOTIS.
Right.
I think that's another way to kind of make the deck still good and still very playable at 3, but not into the 4 region, because you're not making KOTIS very big. You're just making a couple small ones. and small,
Right.
and that's just easier to deal with, right? So you're much more in line with the power level at 3 as opposed to, because if you hit somebody with like a 9/9 KOTIS, the game is almost certainly over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard it.
You cast Omniscience off the top of somebody's deck, you guys can just scoop and go to game 2 and save yourselves.
That's right.
25 minutes.
Right. Another card that's pretty bad. Normal decks is really good in this deck. Because you really want that protection. Shielding Plaques. Generic, a green or a blue. And enters battlefield, draw a card, and gives a giant creature hexproof. Just a solid little card. Solid.
Yeah,
It's not-
hexproof before there was hexproof.
Yeah. It's a Troll Shroud, as they called it back in the day. So they reprinted the card multiple times, kept the same tags.
Right.
Hexproof. Yeah, Shielding Plaques has hexproof. And it draws you a card when it's battlefield. That is really solid for your commander because giving an indestructible creature hexproof makes it like not only double the toughness.
So much harder to get rid of.
Yeah. You gotta be like, because KOTIS has indestructible, right? You're forcing people to remove the auras just to target Path to Exile on him.
I mean, and I think it goes without saying, but sometimes things that go without saying people don't think about. Put Swiftfoot Boots in the deck. You don't want Lightning Greaves. You don't want to give it. You don't want to make it to where you can't target it with your own bust. But put Swifties in the deck.
Right. Swiftfoot Boots need to be in the deck. But another card that I really like, and I think it's picking up steam. And I know a few of us played it just in general. Is Aqueous Form. Aqueous Form is one of the best unblockable auras out there. It says 1 blue, enchanted creature can't be blocked. And whenever enchanted creature attacks, scry 1.
Yeah, that's solid for sure.
They need to remake this card with Fate Seal 1. That'd be even better.
I got a card. It's called Invincibility.
Invincibility?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that one does.
I think that's how I spell it. Give me a second. It's invisibility.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, invisibility. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I get that name confused. The only problem is it takes two blue mana for it.
I mean, if you're playing this at 3, your mana base is probably going to have to be okay, anyways. If you're playing it at 2,
It's an I after the S, Tortoise.
All right, let's see. My brain doesn't spell very well in the beginning. Let's see. There you go. Invisibility. Yeah, invisibility. 2 blue, giant creature can't be blocked except by walls.
can't be blocked except by walls.
And not very often are you going to see somebody play walls. I mean, you might come across like an Arcades deck that might have walls in it, but
I would not come to Mr. B's Game Lounge in Pennington, Virginia, and expect not to see walls. There is like 7 wall decks around here. We are a big fan of the walls. Almost everybody has one. I play Felithar. Brandon, one of the owners, he plays Arcades. There's a couple other Arcades around. There's a couple other Felithars around. There's a lot of walls here specifically. I know that's pretty specific to our place, but walls are more popular than people think, especially since they put a precon out that was basically a walls precon in Tarkir.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I want to talk about a subtype of cards that are really powerful. And like I know people with Horrific and mini decks who do not play these cards, and they don't go as fast as my deck. And this would be good in KOTIS because it does what KOTIS wants. But there's a whole plethora of cards just like this.
Nice.
13 cents will get you a Darksteel Axe. Costs 1 colorless. This particular card is indestructible. It equips for 2 mana and gives creature +2/+0. That turns his power really big.
Yep.
On
Yeah, there's a 4/1.
And I'm just gonna kind of filter through this.
I think Bloodthirsty Axe, the one that when you hit it copies itself.
Yep. I put a Q there, not a G. Vanquisher's Axe, 1 colorless, 2 to equip. Same thing as Bloodthirst. Not Bloodthirst. Same thing as Darksteel Axe, just kind of particle. Same thing.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get to is this subtype of cards. When you have multiples in your deck, gives your deck consistency, right? And let's get to the card Rayman was just talking about. Bloodforged.
Yeah, that card is nuts. This thing is so good.
Right? It costs the same as Vanquisher's Axe. It equips for 2. Equipped creature gets +2/+0, but when it deals combat damage to the creature, you create a token of this axe that equips for 2 to give a creature take. Pretty solid.
Yeah. And if you do it again next turn, you're going to have 2 more copies of it.
Mm-hmm.
That thing can get out of hand so quick. I ran it in Hojo, and there were games where I had 10 of these things attached to him.
Right. Then you also have Bone Splitter. Equipped creature gets +2/+0, 1, and equips for 1 this time on this particular card. Pretty solid. Then the newest version of this card, which you won't get the full effect, but you don't care about that off the card. But it's from Kamigawa. Eater of Virtue. If Ghost could die if you sacrificed it, that'd be interesting. So equipped creature gets +2/+0. As long as the card exiles as Eater of Virtue has flying, equipped creature has flying. The same is true for first strike, double strike, death touch, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, protection, reach, trample, and vigilance. So if you had to sacrifice your KOTIS with this on it, this would give the next creature it attaches to indestructible.
Because you can exile it with the Lord of Virtue, and then when state-based actions are checked, you can see your commander in exile and then throw him back in the command zone.
Okay. Here, after this card, I know a card that would help. It's not that doesn't even target KOTIS.
All right, hold on. Well, I want to cover one more card that fits this category, and we can get to that card. That's Rancor.
Yeah, Rancor. That card's been good forever.
Right? Rancor is really solid. And you have Audacity, but I don't have Audacity in my deck. Gives the creature +2/+0 on Trample. Trample is a form of evasion. That's really good.
And then if he
Hillbilly,
dies, it just comes back to your hand.
right? Hillbilly, you're saying there was a card you wanted to shout out?
I was thinking about nesting grounds. If,
Nesting
as you're buffing your creatures, why not move those counters over 2 KOTIS?
Move a counter from target permanent you control into another target permanent. Activate that only as a sorcerer. Well, interesting they bring this up because if you notice, none of the cards we talked about so far will care about counters.
Right. But if you're working with counters, though, this will move counters over 2 KOTIS to buff him up.
Right.
Yeah, if you're playing KOTIS like more in a counters deck than an equipment deck, then I think this card is incredibly good.
Oh yeah.
Right.
The nesting ground could be good in that retrospect for sure. What is it? There was a
I use
card.
nesting ground to move finality counters. Any deck I have that runs finality counters, I run a nesting grounds in it to move them onto something that I do not care if it gets exiled anymore.
Right.
Right.
And then just stack 15 eggs, just stack a whole bunch of finality counters on something.
Yeah, I was thinking about this card also, Strongback.
Strongback. That's a 47-cent card. You know, I spent $5 on this card.
Wow.
Strongback. Costs 2 genetic and a green. This is a giant creature. Equipped abilities have activated. Equip abilities to activate to target this creature. Cost 3 less to activate. Or spells cast 3 less to target your creature that Strongback is on. And it says a giant creature gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to it. This card is solid. And there are cards that do throw +1 counters on your creature. So that's really solid.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. I would also, I think it's Well Rested, which is also from Fallout. Whenever the creature it's enchanted to untaps, you put a 1/1 counter on it and draw a card.
Right.
Because you're going to swing with KOTIS every turn. There's no reason not to unless you just need to block.
Right.
And with Well Rested, it's going to get a 1/1 counter and draw you an extra card. So you're going to draw 2 cards before you take your main phase 1 each turn. And KOTIS is going to just start getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Giant creature has whenever this creature becomes untapped, put 2+1 counters on it, gain 2 life, and draw a card. This ability triggers once each turn. I want this card. This card is not bad.
Yeah. I ran it in Hojo. It's very good.
I didn't open up any Fallout, so.
I got two Fallout decks. I got the
Mothman and
Mothman, and then I got the
Dog Meat.
Dog Meat.
See, my Dog Meat deck was built from the Commander up. Now I didn't have the Commander deck to improve.
Yep, and I got the Precon.
Mm-hmm.
We have a buddy here, Evan. If Evan's watching, shout out to him. He took the Dog Meat Precon and the Cloud Precon and put them together and made Cloud Meat.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do, but I was never able to afford the Cloud Precon.
Mm-hmm.
But here's a card that's worth it if you want to put money on it. Sword of the Animist. It's dropped down a lot. It used to be a very expensive card.
Yeah, it just got reprinted in Final Fantasy.
Right. Costs 2 mana. Equip creature gets +1/+1. Equips for 2, which is final. But what it does is improves your board state that whenever your creature attacks, it's equipped. 2, you get a search library for a basic land card put in the battlefield tap.
Very good card. Very good card.
Right. So good. And another good card for this deck that we're figuratively building here.
I put one of those on Cloud Midgar Mercenary Friday night, and it was getting me 2 lands every time he attacked. It's very good.
Nice. We got Konama the West Tree, which is good in a modified deck.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. 2 generic green. Reach. Modified creature control have trample. Whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I will say the downside to running a bunch of cards that let you go get basics is you probably need to run a lot of basics, and that's really hard to do in 3 colors.
Right.
It's 3 colors. It's pretty hard to do. I run 9 in my Noctis. I run 3 of each. He's Esper, and that's probably 2 more than I actually want to run. But Sword of the Animist has just been such an all-star. I can't cut him. So that's something to think about. If I would run Sword of the Animist or this. I don't know if I'd run both because you don't want to have you don't want to run. I don't think you want to run more than 9. Especially in a 3-color deck.
Right. Well, figure it out. I run both of these in my Rafika the mini deck, and I never see one or the other at the same time. So it depends.
Fair enough.
Depends. It depends. I'm telling you. But also, I run about 4 or 5 each of basic lands in that deck. So
right.
But a land I think is good for KOTIS. Oh, did I spell that wrong? Oh, yeah. I typed in the stuff wrong. Cathedral War. This is a land you can replace the land in your deck with, just for a close land. Enters tapped. It's a poopy land in a regular deck, but it gives a creature exalted, and usually you are attacking KOTIS alone. Usually.
True.
Mm-hmm.
He gets +1/+1 until turn. That's it.
It's not bad.
Not bad. Not amazing.
Not bad.
But it's a budget card.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can get one for 40 cents, it looks like.
Right? Yeah, they're very cheap. In my deck, particularly, I got from Lone Wolf this version.
Yeah, and going back, if you're building this strictly on a budget, then you're going to be running a lot of basics. So then you definitely want to run Sword of the Animist, Kodama, and anything else that it will help you ramp, because you're just not, if you're on a budget, you're just not going to have a good mana base. It's not possible. Lands are too expensive to build on a budget, especially a 3-color deck.
Mm-hmm. And as you mentioned earlier, 1 year Swifty boots.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. And yeah, so any cards you guys want to suggest for the deck? Because I pretty much ran out of my good options here. I mean, I got a couple more cards, but they're not for KOTIS.
The one card I would. This is only because I like to build stuff a little bit, apparently a little bit more on the salty level, and where there's actually 2 of them. The first one I would run, you'd have to run with some sort of trample or unblockable. It's called Phyresis.
Phyresis.
Phyresis is a good card.
It's a good card. I am very iffy on that card in KOTIS because if you knock out your opponent, you lose all their stuff.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is you have to really run it with trample, unblockable. You have to have some sort of evasiveness in order for this card to even be worth it.
Right.
You also need to be careful. I don't remember the wording on Phyresis, but I don't know if KOTIS would actually, his skill stuff would trigger off of this, because KOTIS needs to deal damage. And I don't know if the wording on Infect says that it deals damage instead. It doesn't deal the damage, it deals the 1/1 counters instead.
Does both?
No, it doesn't.
No, it don't.
It's not toxic.
It's not toxic, it's Infect.
It replaces damage with poison counters.
Right. So you'd have to go and see exactly how Infect is worded in the comprehensives to see. Because for some reason I was thinking that it was instead of, like, if you hit somebody for 10, instead of hitting them for 10, you deal 10 poison counters to them. And if it's instead, then KOTIS's ability doesn't even trigger. But I don't know what the comprehensive rules are on that off the top of my head.
Well, I remember.
I didn't know that.
No,
otherwise, I wouldn't have recommended it.
But still a good.
No, it's okay. No, I like Phyresis. I have several of them.
Right. Don't be wrong. I've Phyresis on a creature, or Infect on a creature, I should say, won me a game against Teferi's Protection because didn't change my opponent's life total.
Right, 100%.
Now the other card I'd recommend, and this is only because I like land destruction, would be World Slayer. That's going to get you a ton of hate immediately.
Oh, hold on.
It's the equipment that just destroys everybody's stuff.
Yep.
So you can't run it in bracket 3. It's mass land denial. You can only run it for.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
When an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy all permanents other than World Slayer. Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's gonna thought level up crazy.
Really?
It costs 5 mana. That's a lot, and 5 to equip. But if that gets through, holy cow! Hey, time capsule! Woo woo! Time capsule.
We talked about this before we went on in our pre-show meeting, and I won't go over all of the stuff. But if you want to build KOTIS on a budget, just build Mutate.
All of
them. I mean, all of them.
Well, what's
it just works
a card that you can think of?
So I pulled the list up. There's so many. There's like ones that gives it flying, ones that gives it trample.
You know how to share a screen, don't you?
No.
All right. So at the bottom, you'll see like a monitor with a plus sign on the screen.
Oh yeah.
You click that, and it'll say share a screen.
Oh, okay.
And it'll give you like websites to look at. And thanks for renewing your membership, Time Capsule. And if you don't know him, Time Capsule, he's like Loki. He's in charge of time and space, and he makes his time to come out to watch the show when he can. Make sure the multiverse is running as smooth as possible. And Ryan Nowicki, I realize that the power creep we see in byproduct of making OP decks for new players who don't know how to play properly. So the best way for new players to buy more is over 2 in each cycle. Yeah, they want you to do that. They want you to buy all the cards. I can't afford all the cards.
Let me pull these up. Okay, I can share this now. Share screen.
Are you showing a web page or a window?
Web page.
Okay. All right, here we go.
All right. So obviously some of these aren't going to be in the like color, the red one, for example, there. But any of these pretty much that are in the Sultai colors are very good. The Auspicious Sterix, Borkos.
Yeah, Broco's nuts.
Yeah. And if you're going, like, and if you're running if you're running just straight mutate, then you're in stuff like Estus Symbiote, which will give you another creature to kind of to deal with. So if somebody says each player sacrifices a creature, you don't have to sacrifice your KOTIS. You could sacrifice your symbiote. These give you a lot of value. And mutate's a very complicated thing, but basically you just put these under KOTIS or on top of KOTIS, depending on which way you want it, and it has all the abilities. So, for example, if you were to mutate Gem Razor on top of KOTIS, KOTIS would suddenly become a 4/4 reach trampler, and then when it mutated, you would get to blow something up of your opponent. So it lets you control the table very well.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
So any of these, I think, are good. That are pretty much in the colors for the Sultai colors.
Ooh,
because you're not only buffing your commander, you're getting a lot of value. And these cards are cheap. You can get almost every one of these for under 50 cents.
Yeah, Brokos is pretty solid. Arimi is pretty solid.
And again, you're buffing your commander, and then you're getting you're getting value out of it. And I think that's important.
Yeah, that's pretty important. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So we walked you through 2.5 ways of making your deck good. 2.5 ways. Because to take advantage of KOTIS, you want to beef them up. And we gave you all the cheap budget versions that are really good for buffing them up. Mutate's a good way because it manipulates his power level too. And one of the things you want to think of with KOTIS is not how fast or how late he will come to play. It's how big is he to not block. And if he's unblockable, what is he going to do? Evasion is key, which is why we want to have full evasion cards. Hexproof is key. You can work with +1 counters if you want to, but I'm not targeting you, Hillbilly. That's why I wasn't really focused on +1 counters. I wasn't targeting
I know. There's different ways to build a commander deck in general.
Right.
Any kind of commander deck.
Brian Nowicki, if you want to confuse the table, do Earthbending with Mutate on lands. Seems to stop each game for a bit when you have to start those shenanigans and come back. And that's right. But my friends, I don't even know if we're going to do movers and shakers this week. I honestly don't know. Like, we were overtime.
Yep.
But with that, we're going to get to that specific segment where we go here.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Hey, everybody. It's time to relax and jive. It's Christmas week, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas weekend this week. Yes, but now it's time we got to get to that shill section, that thrill section, so we can get to the end of the show section. And with that, we're going to start with Lone Wolf.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me on. Just help support everybody here, and let's get Hillbilly and Tortoise up to 1,500 subscribers.
Oh, well. Let's go. Let's go on an adventure. Rayman is here.
I am here.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank you guys for having me again. This is the second week I'm here at Mr. B's Game Lounge. You guys have seen the entire mural now. If you've tuned in for the last 6 days, you have seen the entire mural. The Titan there is the end of it. So tomorrow we'll probably just post up somewhere that I like and go from there. But check us out. We're on YouTube at Mr. B's Game Lounge. We did our first deck tech last week. tomorrow night, before Tortoise and Hillbilly, if they do their Commander game, we'll have our first Commander game on. I do not plan to be on that game. I want to get more of our regulars out. I want to get more decks seen. So I probably won't be in that game, but if we need someone, I will be there. So check us out on YouTube at Mr. B's Game Lounge. And thanks again.
Links for all that stuff in the description below. And in
the doobly-doo.
So with that, we got Hillbilly.
Hey, everybody. This afternoon around 2 o'clock, I plan on doing some more arena. We'll try to come up with a new deck for this afternoon, but other than that, all I got planned for today.
Oh, wow. He has a plan for today. His plan for today. Today is Monday. Are we going to beat Miles Morales Spider-Man today? What's going on today? I'm already at the final boss. Can I even survive the craziness that's going on there? I guess you will find out at 7 p.m. tonight. If you haven't, hit that like button, that subscribe button to keep an eye on us. And when I go live tonight, you'll know when Tortoise is going live. Years. Like Megatron from Beast Wars. But with that, I want to thank you, everybody, for showing up, being here, being amazing. Hillbilly, Rayman, Lone Wolf, you guys rock. Everybody in chat, you rock. Time Capsule, want to thank you for renewing your membership with the channel for 16 months. Woo, woo, woo. Master of Time and Space has been super supportive, and I appreciate you 100%. And everybody, I want to thank you, my channel members, for everything you do. I want to thank you, my subscribers, for growing the channel the way you do. I want to thank you. And with that, I want to remind you that you're loved. Someone's thinking about you, and if you can, say and or do something positive for someone else today, because you might be the change they need today in the world. And with that, let's get to the end credit stuff. I want to thank you, channel members of the channel, for supporting this creep the way you do. You are awesome. And you subscribers, everybody that subscribes, you're doing amazing too. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show.